Well, hey everybody, hope you're having a fantastic day today. Hey, want to talk to you about songwriting. And if you are a musician and you want to get your music out there to the world, obviously you have to have songs. And that process starts with songwriting. But I've seen a lot of musicians just get frustrated because they can't seem to get through a song, or the process just takes them forever. It'll spend 3, 4, 5 hours to write one song. And so I've got a tip for you today that I think is going to help you not only become more efficient in your songwriting, but make you better over time. And it's just a really simple concept. Set yourself a time limit. Now, I know this may seem counterintuitive. When you're trying to be creative, by setting yourself a time limit, you feel like you're boxing yourself in. But let me explain. Oftentimes, when we are faced as human beings with a deadline, whether that's a paper that we have to write in high school or college, or maybe it's a meeting we have to get to, the vast majority of the time, we make that deadline. And it's very interesting that when we're going through that process, let's say we're writing a paper, we make decisions and we just say, hey, this is good, and I move on. And what it forces us to do is it forces us to commit to certain things and not second guess ourselves, not judge what we've just done, because we don't have the time to do that. Well, the same thing applies to songwriting. And what I would encourage you to do is to set yourself a time limit, and you could do this in as little as 30 minutes. Now, if it takes you hours and hours and hours or days to write a song, that may seem there's no way that I can write a song in 30 minutes, but I would encourage you, whether it's 30 minutes or an hour, no more than that, to start and do this as an exercise. And what you do is you don't have time to analyze or to judge what you've just created. Too many songwriters will sit there and come up with a chord progression or a line in a song and then just spend 20, 30, 40 minutes agonizing over, should I switch out this one chord? Should I make it a seventh instead of a minor chord? Or should I replace this word with this other word? And we'll agonize over that, and we'll spend countless hours analyzing what we've just done. Well, the creative process doesn't really work that way. Yes, there will be time to tweak and analyze and do all that stuff, but when you're trying to create, you don't want to break that flow. So I'd encourage you to sit down, give yourself a short amount of time, put a timer on, hit start, and you know that you only have 30 minutes to write a song. Well, if I've only got 30 minutes to write a song, I've got to come up with some chords, and those chords, yeah, that sounds okay. And then let's move on to the next thing. Yeah, I wrote a verse. That's okay. And I keep going. Now, this may not be the best song you've ever written, but the point is that you're completing writing a song. And if you take time, maybe it's 30 minutes or an hour, and you say, I'm going to sit down and I'm going to write a song, and you just go through, and whatever comes out, that's what you go with, because that's all the time you have, you will discover that you're coming up with stuff that you may not have intended to come up with. It'll be more creative. It'll be more, you'll take a path that maybe you wouldn't have taken had you had a lot of time to think about it. And that's the way creativity works. It's not something that we can always segment into, today I'm going to write a ballad. Today I'm going to write an upbeat song. That may not be where you're at or where your mind is at that day. So you sit down and you write what comes to you. And although it seems counterintuitive, by placing a time limit, it actually gives you freedom because you don't have time to judge what you're doing. So I hope this helps you. I would encourage you, go out, write a song today. Take 30 minutes, take an hour, set a timer, write your song. Hey, if it's great, awesome. If not, that's okay, because you're developing this skill. Tomorrow, you're going to go and write another song. And over time, you're going to get better and better at your songwriting craft. And that's going to help you. So I just encourage you today, be creative, go out, write some songs, and I'll see you next time.